Hello everyone, hopefully we'll get back in touch and we'll get everything on going forward. It just seems a little bit issue wise with the wonderful social media platform of Facebook. So we're just going to see who's going to jump on and see if we can get this going. Hi Heather, we seem to have gone back. We seem to get right, okay. I think it seems to be the link that seems to be the issue. So we've deleted that and it's take 3 and action. Thanks for all joining me as well this evening, and just thought I'd sit back, relax, and we're just going to talk a little bit, a few things that have been going on, a little bit spiritually also again. So hi Kate, thank you so much for joining in as well. And obviously we're, like I say, we've had a few issues, but Mercury retrograde, eat your heart out, it's as simple as that. So I just wanted to jump on and just talk about things that have been happening recently. And again, if you would like to comment, or if you wanted to come on live, that would be absolutely perfect for you to do as well. It'd be lovely to talk to some others face to face. Obviously you can do this over screen. Hello Rayan again. I'm so sorry. Like I say, we're getting there, aren't we? We're all moving forward, aren't we? And that's the most important thing. So do you know what I mean? Always positive, sending positive vibes to this live. So again, we start to get people involved as well. So the reason why obviously I wanted to do this live, and like I say, we settled the link about spiritual badasses, and it's not what you actually think. Okay, hi Dana, hi Max, thank you so much for joining. So again, when we started to think about being a spiritual badass, as to speak, it's not the case, like I said. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because it was a friend of mine who was actually, she was actually listening to a download on Audible, and it was all about a book called Being a Spiritual Badass. So obviously, as she decided, obviously she was listening to this, I thought, what a great idea. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, so I went and bought the book. Okay, so we bought this book, and it's called Spirituality for Badasses. Okay, and it's really, I can't reiterate this, how much of an amazing book this is, because it's just so funny about spirituality. And the one thing is, spirituality does in fact scare a lot of people. It really does. It kind of like, but you mention the word spiritual and everyone's like, they've gone, do you know what I mean? And you're out, and it's nothing like that whatsoever. But I'm going to really recommend this to anyone, because it's a guy that's actually wrote it, and he takes you on a journey, and it's just really funny. And the one thing is, obviously, being kinesthetic. Obviously, I don't normally read books, okay, but obviously because my friend have obviously told me about this, I decided to, like saying, and the day I got it, I'd read up to over 200 pages, and that's not like me. I don't read, but it opens your mind so much. So I would really recommend this. And it takes you on a journey, and he puts you as a driver in a car, and obviously he takes you on so many different things, because my friend said to me, the book reminded me so much of me, okay, and which is kind of nice, but obviously the way that obviously we are, and obviously we do the lives, and we have done through lockdown. So my point is all about being a spiritual badass, is about reminding yourself about what happened before you became spiritual, and about taking everything on board, because we're always reacting or acting a certain way. But again, with spirituality, it's kind of like we're always expected to act a certain way. So for example, sometimes when I swear on live, some people get offended by it, and that's perfectly fine, and my apologies, but I'm never going to change who I am and where and how I've got here. Everyone evolves, everyone moves forward, especially when they're learning. You're always there to give things, you'll always get there, you move forward, and you're learning, constantly evolving, moving forward. So the one things that I want to talk about tonight, if it's okay with you, is I want to talk about your thoughts. I want to talk about your anxieties. I want to talk about how you're insulting your soul. I want to talk about law of attraction, manifestation, the Mercury retrograde. I'm sure everyone is obviously having issues at this moment in time with the Mercury retrograde, if you understand it. Also about your own awareness, again, working with your spiritual badass. So where do we talk about when we think about spiritual being a spiritual badass? Is when we start to realise that where we've come from. So, for example, there are many people that have born into, well, or used into, that actually come into spirituality from depression. Okay, so the dark night of the soul. So again, how many of you are at this moment possibly suffering with depression or anxiety, and then are now starting to move forward and starting to realise that there is a bigger picture out there? Because this is what we do, especially with the dark night of the soul. Again, on many lives that I've done, many people have moved into this spiritual zone, as to speak. Some people are born into spirituality and again using their psychic gifts straight away, and then others completely fail, i.e. myself. And obviously when we completely fail, and we go through a long and winding road, as the Beatles wrote, until we finally get there. Hopefully, obviously, you're all obviously enjoying this live, and thank you so much. So again, you know, a spiritual badass, like I say, will always be born from this. And then the interest starts, okay? Hello, Jenny. How you doing? I'm sorry, I'm just talking about that, about this book that you've recommended. So again, obviously, just to reiterate what I said before, it was actually my friend Jenny who came up, who actually I was connecting with, and she was one that was listening to this book, and she's the one that obviously got me into this, and it really is a fascinating book, isn't it, kiddo? And if you want to come on live and talk with me and tell me about your, you know, what you got from it, it'd be absolutely amazing. All you have to do is hit that button where it's got the two persons, and we'll get you on there. So let's talk, okay? So first of all, let's think about this. Stop insulting your soul, okay? Because the one thing is our feelings, our emotions, everything like that start to, yeah, absolutely. It's all about your awareness. And it's all about the awareness that happens during your journey and what you take on and what you take on board. I understand, obviously, with mental health going on the way it is, you know, it's a really a terrible time for a lot of people. But some people start to get an inclination of that things are starting to feel differently. And again, when we start to, sorry, I'm just going to be pressing this button on here because I'm just trying to keep my music going. I'm sorry. So again, the one thing is that, you know, it's about standing up for yourself. It's about standing and taking risks, and that's the one thing I love about being a, if you want to call it a badass, because you know, it's about being real. It's about being truthful. Okay, truthful to yourself, being real to yourself, and not trying to be like everyone else. It's about your journey and no one's. And if you start to evolve and you start to move forward into certain aspects of spirituality, then good on you. That's all I can say. But for me, hi Claire, you're right, lovely. So again, when we start to move forward, for example, start to understand, obviously, moving from depression into anxiety as well. Notice obviously that my thoughts were going absolutely mad and getting up early in the morning. And I'm sure everyone else that obviously that I'm talking to at this moment has gone through this, where, you know, if you haven't gone there, you know, that anxiety starts to attack us, and obviously starts to attack our thoughts, and our thoughts go round and round and round our head, and obviously completely gives us distraction. So how many people go through this? I mean, you can always comment, that's perfectly fine. I'd love you to comment, actually, because it's just nice to have a little bit of feedback of the things that you've gone through and how you have felt that you were evolving. Again, spiritual badasses is about going that extra mile. Okay, so again, it's making things happen, because we start to understand as we evolve, that the earth is being attacked, or there's so many negative things going on around it, that we want to stand up for our beautiful earth as well. And that's one of the things, obviously, that we want to, I don't know, embrace. Yeah. So let's think about the things that we do. Okay. So we start to evolve, and you start to enjoy things like you start to get drawn again on the spiritual awakening side, where we start to understand that we like to start playing with crystals, for example, and we get introduced to that. So again, we start to get introduced into crystals, and we start to understand the properties and what they do for us. But the one thing is still you are always being truthful to yourself, always being real, always never changing yourself because of who you are. I think that's the most important thing, that you don't change yourself. We see, like I say, we see so much over social network that you are supposed to be, I don't know. You know, some people talk very, very slowly and quietly, and some talk very loudly, and that's perfectly fine. Whoever wants to do this, it's not being judgmental, because everyone is embracing their own spiritual journey, and that's the one thing I love about doing this is, again, being real, but also you guys being real to yourselves as well. That's the most important. Hello, Jonathan. Thanks for joining me, mate. Thank you so much for getting on there. So obviously, when we start to get involved and we start to embrace and enjoy this journey, this book really does take you through an amazing journey. And like I said, there's over about 300 and odd pages, and I'm already, I've basically read the book, and I would wholeheartedly recommend it to you guys. I know obviously Jenny introduced me to this, but it's just made me laugh, because the one thing is with it all, on this journey, people think there's do's and don'ts when you're on a spiritual journey, like you can't drink, or you can't smoke, or you can't take drugs, or it's about being real. It's about learning about yourself. It's a journey of self-discovery more than anything. And eventually all these things start to diminish out your life. So that's what evolving's about, letting things go. Yeah. But again, also everyone else's beliefs, it's just obviously we don't judge each other, and that's the most amazing thing. We're also connecting to our higher selves on a higher vibrational field. And again, obviously over the last 2 years it's gone on. Obviously there's been a lot of controversy, which I don't want to go into. But that's the most amazing thing. Yeah. So I'm kind of, for me, on this live at this moment in time, I feel like I'm kind of like losing, and I don't know why. And I think I'm losing focus, so I'm going to take a nice deep breath, okay? Just bear with me. Okay. I just sometimes when I feel that my thoughts are betraying me, or I feel that obviously things are not going the way I always take a nice deep breath and start to take the focus in and start to move forward. Okay. So when we're talking about this book, he takes you on a journey of, like I say, self-discovery, and he takes you to places like, he takes you into a bar and you get pissed, and it's all about awareness. It's about awareness to your body. It's about you. So within this, we start to talk about our thoughts and how our thoughts start to betray us. So many people, like I say, with anxiety, we start to lose those thought processes. The monkey brain starts to kick in. So again, while we're on this journey of self-discovery, it's about the awareness and taking notice to this anxiety. When we start to take notice of the anxiety, it's about calming the mind. Okay, so the one thing is what we do with mindfulness is we start to take deep breaths. Even in meditation, we take those deep breaths and start to relax a lot more. When we relax the mind, we start to understand. But the one thing is in this book that it's really funny that he says is, the one thing with start to divorce your mind. And I absolutely love that. Divorce your mind. Fuck it off. Get rid. Yeah. Because the one thing is, these are old negative thoughts, old negative patterns, old negative ways. So the one thing is that when we start to divorce our mind, we start to realise that we want to start again. So again, we start to understand on the spiritual journey of mindfulness and meditation that the breath is more important. So many people will suffer again through lack of sleep, waking up early, and again, because in essence, it really is about divorcing the mind, because sometimes it's not our friend. okay, sometimes. But again, we start to program all these thoughts of what we've done. And what we're actually asking it to do is to stop. But the only way to stop it is to get divorced. And like I say, this is where when we start to go into meditation or mindfulness, that we start to understand the breath, like I've said, bringing yourself back into the focus, calming the mind, the body and the spirit, more than anything. Now, as we start to move forward and we start to relax our mind, so many people will start to work holistically as well. We'll start to get drawn into different parts, okay? Because again, it is a journey of self-discovery. So how many of you are at this moment on a journey of self-discovery? Anyone? Please, by all means, comment below. Let me know about your journey. Just the things that we've said. Do you feel that obviously the things that I've said, you get divorced from your mind and start to work with more mindfulness? Do you feel this would help you? Do you feel obviously that the meditation would help you? Just let me know your thoughts. It was absolutely, obviously hi Vicky, so you've put Tess. Okay, yes, thank you. It's okay. It's just social media, absolutely. So again, this is a great way into it. We start to divorce the mind. And that's the one thing is, and again, the ways to help your mind, obviously, like I said before, meditation, mindfulness, hypnotherapy, again, so many wonderful attributes. Holistic healing helps you to, to start to calm everything about you. Okay, so I'm kind of like going to put you in a picture as if I'm going to take you back to stage one. There isn't really any stages. Oh, thank you so much for your stars, Karen. Thank you so much. So again, if you think about this, let's go back. I want you to remind you of who you were. Okay, sorry, notice my own patterns and why I do it. Or when I went out as a female me for once, absolutely, I find meditation helps. Brilliant. So again, there's certain things obviously that your awareness is about. But if you take yourself back before you started to, you were always acting a certain way. Yeah? Okay. So for me, personally, swearing a lot, acting up, obviously all the usual stuff, self-sabotage, absolutely. You relax, walk and meditation helps you. Fantastic, thank you, Dharma. So the one thing is that it's about bringing those attributes forward into it, yeah? Because again, we're all evolving, right? I have to slow down as I'm constantly too busy. There you go, you see. So again, you're bringing that awareness into your journey. But again, like you say, swearing helps too. I fucking wholeheartedly agree. Do you know what I mean? But this is, I will get to the point of all this, but I'm just trying to take you through. So when you're at the back of it all, right, it's, like I say, evolving, moving forward with your spiritual awakenings is not to lose sight of who you were. Hi Alicia, you're right, darling. Don't lose sight of who you were. Stay real, yeah? Keep the swearing going. Let the overactive, thoughts keep coming forward, because as you learn and evolve, you start to change inside. You start to change you, okay? And we don't actually realise that the universe is shifting us because we've asked it to, okay? I burn my sense sticks while I meditate, which helps to relax and clear the mind. Perfect, thanks Simone. Realising being okay with the importance of self, yeah, absolutely. It really is self-care, because all the way through this, it's self-care. More than anything, it's self-awareness, that it's self-discovery more than anything. And this is what I'm saying. It's all about building and learning to have a positive, a positive mindset. And the one thing is, sometimes you're going to lose your shit, right? And the one thing is I'm going to tell you now, it's okay to lose your shit. Because the one thing is that with all of being spiritual is you have to embrace the dark and your light, okay? The one thing is when you realise, yeah, absolutely. So the one thing is when we start to embrace the dark and the light, yeah, it means we bring balance more than anything, okay? I understand that so many people want to be positive all the time, and I completely understand that, because there is. And when you're being positive, when you're feeling that negativity, it's about bringing yourself. So again, the breath brings you back into the focus. So again, it's about reacting. But I mean, the one thing when we talk about it, it's about reacting in a positive way. So imagine who you were, what you're coming forward, and sometimes, like I say, you're going to strop. But the one thing is, the universe are aware of where you're going, okay, and what you're doing. So the one thing is, we start to take these things on board. Like say, we may get introduced into crystals or incense or candles or something will make your awareness of it, and that's mainly obviously your spirit guides and again your, I don't know, whoever you feel that you can connect with. And the one thing is it's about understanding that you're not gonna continue to insult your soul, because one thing is, the soul awakens. The soul awakens, and when that starts to happen, you're going to start to change. But I don't want you to forget who you are at this point. I want you to continue to move forward, but keep your interest, keep your awareness to where you're going. And that's the most important thing, yeah? One thing is, energy flows, and that's a great thing that I absolutely love. But also, you may start to realise that as you're moving forward, that you're also feeling different. So how many, since you've awoken, how many of you, since you've started to awaken, start to feel more empathy, sympathy and compassion? So again, please comment and let me know if you feel that you have started to understand. And when we talk about empathy, sympathy and compassion, we're talking about to other people, but not only to other people. When we start to do this, we're starting to think about Mother Earth, we're starting to think about plants, animals, absolutely everything. We start to understand that, you know what I mean, that we don't want to hurt anyone. And that doesn't mean that you're being fucking soft. It just means that you understand that a life is a life. So again, we work with the trees, like say plants, animals. How many of you started to feel more empathy towards other people that you felt that you didn't have within you? Anyone? I definitely have felt more sympathetic to people, and I felt more alive. That's amazing, Simone. Thank you so much. So again, talking to flowers, absolutely lovely. So again, I started to understand that there is not always a good side to being empathetic. Okay, so again, so if you can elaborate on that, I'd really appreciate that, Kay. I used to think people were strange who used incense crystals years ago. I'm one of them for years now. Absolutely, I'm more connected to nature. Thanks, Jenny. And the one thing is it's amazing that, isn't it? Just that comment there about being more connected to nature and everything. We start to understand that. Sorry, I'm just going to flip back a little bit. Start to understand there's not always a good side. I understand that. I too used to feel that way. I remember going to where did you go? Affleck's Palace when I was younger, and I walked in and I thought, and I looked around and I saw all these wonderful things that you see in this room now. Well, obviously you can't because I'm on camera, but I used to think, that's fucking weird, man. That's far out, that, do you know what I mean? And I used to think about hippies and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? What we used to do, you know, I used to think that. But there's always times along your journey where something starts to connect with you, and sometimes we ignore it and sometimes we embrace it. And again, that's a great thing. We all, you know, we all used to think, oh well, possible. I'm not saying we all used to think that way, but we, you know, it's a bit of a crazy. Did the bus driving help? Yeah, cheers, Jonathan. It did, because I was more calmer on driving a bus years ago. I was more calmer, and you know what I mean. And when people got on, they had no money, I'd let them on. Do you know what I mean? Listen, do you know what I mean? Just get on. If you haven't got any money, I'm really sorry about that. And it was always about being more pleasant. And that's one of the things that I learned, Jonathan, even with bus driving, that I wouldn't react to people who wanted to, I don't know, get on my nerves, but I just wouldn't allow it. And the one, believe it or not, I used to be called the tree hugger of Stagecoach, believe it or not. So it's, you know, it's one of those things, in it, do you know what I mean? But you learn, you adapt, you evolve, and that's, so yeah, so absolutely, that the answer to your question is yeah, it did. I'm going back to old roots, having moving forward so much. But that's a great thing, isn't it? Because when we go back, we start, you know, sometimes we go in that void, don't we? Spirit start to put us in that void, and then we start to go back. Because sometimes we need self-reminding about who we are, staying real, staying focused. Yeah, my favourite customer, you helped me through One Stop Pal. Absolutely, and it was always a pleasure as well, Jonathan, honestly. And it always is today, do you know what I mean? Again, obviously I'm being told that it keep freezing, but I'm sure obviously everything will start to catch back up. So again, we've gone back, we've started to learn, and we're always now coming forward. Okay. But the thing is that spirit will always, or the universe is, how many people are now starting to learn about the law of attraction? How many people are starting to learn about manifestation? Yeah? How many people are starting to draw up focus boards? Yeah? So let's talk a little bit about this, obviously being a bit of a, we're all spiritual badasses now, because we're all starting to learn about our awareness and everything. How many of you now allow people to use my energy? Okay, absolutely. The one thing is, Kate, obviously allowing people to use your energy. Absolutely. There's only anyone freezing, shut your apps down or start. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Jonathan. So again, there are only certain people that I will allow to use my energy, and that's when I know that they're in a really, really shit situation, or they're feeling shit, and I will allow them to take my energy, otherwise I won't. And that's something that we all learn, innit? I keep seeing a bright red crystal on you. Whereabouts? Whereabouts? Let me know, mans. Absolutely. How to protect from the negative people. How do we protect? Well, the one thing is that we're always learning. And, you know, the people that I get to see, which I connect with, some people don't know about grounding. So I love to teach people to ground, attune, protect. Yeah, so that's one of the things about connecting with the nature. And that's the thing with the meditations that we did during the lockdown, that when we was doing the meditations, that I always grounded you first. But again, when you learn these tools, it's about taking them forward, always taking them forward, and keep using these tools, because then you're inside it. I'm inside it. I'm inside a crystal. Fair play. I'm enjoying that. I haven't got any red crystals, I think. Oh yeah, I think I have actually. Oh, I've got some goldstone, if that's any good. Sorry, mans. Wow. So again, yeah, absolutely. So again, protecting yourself and putting yourself in that beautiful bubble, that's something that you need to learn. Meditations during the lockdown really helped. I know. And obviously there's something that I've got in the pipeline to continue something a little bit like that. Hello, Kim. Thanks for joining me as well, sweetie pie. Because I see so many people struggling with anxiety, but I've got... obviously listening to spirit, there was something that I feel that I need to do to help these people who cannot sleep, but there'll be more on that later. So where are we up to? So how many people are actually being a bit of a spiritual badass about doing manifestation? Yeah, so talk to me. Do you manifest? Do you believe in manifestation? Do you believe in the law of attraction? Is it something you've never heard of? Let me know. Just talk to me, because obviously I'd love to hear about, you know, your journeys. Thank you, Kath. Absolutely, absolutely. Perfect. Jenny, do you want to come online with me? Jenny, do you want to come online with me? There we go. Thank you so much. So again, you loving the law of attraction. Yeah, you believe in it more. I believe in trying. Not everything has come to fruition. Yet. Yeah. I journal. No. Is that a no? Is that a no, Jenny, or is it just like you're just gonna journal? Meditation, especially Fridays, they were absolutely fucking brilliant. I still get that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know about it. Okay. So the one thing is that, you know, it's when we talk about it, yet, thank you, absolutely, because the one thing is we're always reminding ourselves that when we say something negative, that we always follow it on with a positive, because the one thing is if we start to block our energies, then obviously we're not, you know, just one of those things. So the law of attraction is in essence the universe, okay, and the one thing is we're all born, okay, onto this beautiful earth plane. And we're all supposed to have, I journal 10 gratitude, thank yous every morning. Yeah, I know, I understand what you're doing, Jenny, but I'm asking you, do you want to come online? Oh, I'm going to have to start getting a bit more comfortable. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm in my kind of like my comfy corner at this moment in time, just sat here, so it's cool. And no to live, sorry, not yet. Okay, is there anyone else that want to come online and have a chat? Because you know what I mean. So again, to meet everyone, I think it's brilliant. So yeah, so anyway, so just going off there. The law of attraction. So if anyone's ever read The Secret, and The Secret is about this, I believe it's like a special power, and it's all connected to our thoughts. Okay, so what you think, you actually attract. Okay, that's quite a powerful statement to say. What you think, you attract. So let's think about it this way. Have you ever thought about someone and they've turned up? Have you ever thought, I'm going to get a text, and a text turns up? Obviously, being in the present moment. Have you ever thought about a song and a song comes in? Have you thought about someone going to knock on the door and they knock? You know, is there anyone here on the live that this has happened? Yeah, or do we call it coincidences? Yeah, all the time. Thank you, Jill. Absolutely, yeah. So again, the one thing is that you've got this amazing energy field. Film, okay, fantastic. Okay, so whether it's a film, I had it today, thought about someone's mum I knew years ago, saw her today. Absolutely. So again, we're all starting to now get into this, and we're all starting to connect into this live, because the one thing is that, you know, you're all agreeing, which is absolutely fantastic. And if no one, people think it's a piece of shit, then I fully respect what you're saying. Okay, but again, if you're agreeing, great. If you don't, great. There's no right or wrong way. But the one thing is our energy fields. Thought about my friend today, and then she texts. You see, so people, I didn't just wake up one morning and think, I'm spiritual today. I'm going to start to do that. I didn't just come upon this. This is all within us. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Finding the perfect book. So the law of attraction is whatever you think. So when you're thinking about something that you want to do, then obviously what happens is the universe then starts to shift towards you. The more that you start to believe, again, we start to do, magic. There we go. Thank you. The Magic 28 book is amazing. Absolutely. Yes, me and a friend phoned each other at the set time. The phone didn't ring either, and there was no... Brilliant. Again, we're all getting into this. Yeah? As in getting into this is kind of like the spiritual balance thing. So again, law of attraction. So, you start to think, so imagine your thoughts. Yeah? So, if you realised how powerful they are, would you send a bad one to someone? That's a good question, that. Would you send a bad thought to someone? Because the one thing is, you have to understand about the karma and the karmic wheel. Okay? So if you're going to start to feel a certain way, then you're going to add to your wheel. Okay? So, would you send a bad thought to someone? No, absolutely never. Completely agree, Jonathan. No, never. Absolutely. Yeah? Perfect. Absolutely. So no, we wouldn't. Sorry to say I have. That's perfectly fine, because do you know what? Okay, before you started on your journey, did you send negative thoughts like, I wish you was fucking dead? Yeah? Or, hey up karma, you fucking missed someone. Yeah? Because, hands up, before all this, yes, I did. And I always you know what I mean? Yeah, all the time, you see. And I always remind myself of how powerful, through the energy fields, that this can really fucking hurt someone. Okay. I think we're kind of like fucking move somewhere. Is everyone still there? Is there anybody there? Hello. I've had to move. I think the Wi-Fi went shite. So we're kind of like moving now. Okay. Oh, bollocks. Is anyone sending me bad vibes? Is anyone sending me fucking shitty vibes?
It's like, get the fuck off. Okay. There must be other people that I'm hurting. Okay. I've kept cutting off, but hopefully I'm back on now. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, absolutely. It's all right to come back. You're okay to come back now. Manifesting loads of people, positive thoughts. Oh, madness. Hey, so anyway, I know it keeps cutting off, but we're back. Okay, we're back in. Okay, member of non-cult. Fuck off. Okay, have. Is there anybody? I know I can see you all coming back on, so it's great. And I'm truly sorry, obviously, that we was having a bit of a shit signal, but hopefully people will re-find us back on. Okay, so where were we? Okay, law of attraction. So we're talking about bad thoughts. So let me just scroll through and just let's go back a minute. Okay, so the question. Okay, so you definitely wouldn't send negative energy. Okay, swings and roundabouts. Okay, define swings and roundabouts, Vicky Pickard, for me if you can. Okay, are you all here? Are you all joining on? Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's just think about this law of attraction. Okay, so has anyone, since they've started, obviously not sending these negative thoughts, started to internalize? Okay, karma. Okay, so when we're talking about internalizing, the one thing is that are there any negative thoughts that you're feeling and you're starting to internalize them? Okay, we're all guilty at some time in our lives. Absolutely. Do you know what, Kath? You're absolutely bang on. We're all guilty at some time in our lives. Absolutely. So again, when we internalize this, it always comes back, oh, yeah, absolutely, or round on you. Absolutely. Because the karmic wheel, you know what I mean? But again, the karmic wheel is where we start to play certain things that we feel or we've acted on and something that we need to learn to deal with on a spiritual journey. Yeah? Okay. So again, my question to you is, I've completely fucking forgot what it is. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, man. Oh, man. I need some water. I need some water. I'm going to start breathing. Megaphone at the ready. That's like, can you hear me, Kim, over the road? What was the question? I started questioning why I'm feeling out of all sorts. Okay. Right. Okay. So I can answer that for you, Jenny. If you, okay. Right. So at this moment in time, we have a thing called the Mercury retrograde. Anyone heard of that? So the Mercury retrograde is a wonderful part of our astrology. I fucking can't say it. Astrological charts. Okay, planetary aspects. Okay, so the one thing is at this moment is we have planets that align in the universe. Yeah. Yeah, by that response, Vicky Pickard, I'm sure you're starting to understand. You understand what I'm going to say. Okay, so the Mercury retrograde works in the shadow. Okay, and when that works in the shadow, what actually happens is everything that you haven't learned to heal or deal with on your journey may start, and I do have to reiterate, may start. Okay. So when it starts to come back, you may see that people from your past that you haven't learned to heal or deal with, and these can be also emotions. Okay. So when this starts to happen with Mercury retrograde, start to bring it all the way back, we then start to have to learn to deal with it. And again, there may be people who from your past have start to text you, start to get back in touch with you. Again, the old emotions, whether that's anxiety that starts to amplify even more within the energy field. Yeah, because you are remembering your past. If you haven't learned to deal with it, it's going to keep coming back until you learn to heal it. And the way we learn to heal this is obviously by working on a spiritual sense of grounding, tune, protecting, doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. Again, if you want to work with crystals, sorry, I'm just grounded at the moment. So again, when we start to work with things like say grounding, how else can we do it? You could do self heals to help you through it, or you could actually do one of the most amazing things and face the fucker. Yeah, and that's the most important thing about facing your fears, facing the things that are affecting you. Now, there are other ways if you don't, I mean, I'm not talking about confrontation, yeah, because obviously in the spiritual light, we don't do confrontation, or we can do, but we do it in a constructive way, if that makes sense. Okay. So the way that we can do it is you can get a nice piece of paper, yeah, and then you can write down all the things, what would mine be? What would I run? I don't know. Okay. Actually, that's quite personal. But the one thing is you can write things down that seem to be bothering you. Okay. The past, you know what I mean? You can send healing into your past. You may want to send healing to an old relationship. I understand, obviously, that there are narcissists out there that we've been in relationships with, but you still have to send healing to that part because it's what's by you cutting the cord, and when you cut the cord, what happens then is you start to relinquish that. And we can do this by writing this down. And then I understand, obviously, when we get a full moon and people do it, but I still do it with or without a full moon. We're obviously starting a new moon anyway. But I write it all down and then I burn the fucker. Yeah. I set an intention because that's what I like to do. Yeah. I burn it away. And then obviously I send it away back to the universe, and the universe starts to deal with it because it knows it's something I don't want. Or if there's something really, really traumatic, then obviously I would do a self heal, but that's what I do. So again, and obviously so many people obviously doing that with like Reiki and other holistic therapies, which is absolutely fantastic. So what else? So again, is anyone at this moment in time feel that this information is good for you? Do you feel that it's good that you can take it on? Do you feel that there's a lot of healing need to be done within your own journey at this moment in time? Please, by all means, keep the comments coming. I'd love to hear. Again, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just asking for your opinions about your comments. If you feel that what I'm saying right, if you've got any questions, please ask a question. I'm quite happy to do this while we're doing it. Alicia Voigt, abso-fucking-lutely. Because again, the one thing is I'm just going to go back a little bit, right? So when we start to evolve, like say, if we remember at the beginning, you're remembering who you are. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. The one thing is you're remembering who you are and you're bringing yourself through nicely. Okay. And again, whether you're learning, like say, all the things that like spiritual things, they're absolutely brilliant, but you have to remind yourself that you have to stay real. Okay. I understand that obviously there's beautiful spiritual teachers out there. Fix the bridges and move on. That way, there's no negative. Absolutely, Jonathan. Absolutely spot on there. Very, very. I love your awareness on that. So where was I? Sorry. So you're taking yourself forward, right? And you're not forgetting who you are. And again, like I said, there's other beautiful spiritual teachers out there. Some of obviously that feel that they're going to take on this spiritual journey the way they are. And as we're moving along, I've started to realize that, that I'm starting to change. And it just seems that as I start to change and evolve, that things are starting to be taken from out of my journey, if that makes sense, whether that be people, because that's one of the things that the universe will start to remove people out of your life. Yeah. Yeah. So again, when we're starting to remove those, alcohol. I've started to not drink alcohol. I just don't drink it anymore. Do you know what I mean? I used to. Don't get me wrong. I was a complete fucking pisshead. Yeah, fucking 10, fucking 15 years ago, I was a proper pisshead. Do you know what I mean? But it's not like that. It's also because of the depression and self-sabotaging, But now I'm starting to realize that we're starting to move forward, and I believe that alcohol isn't for me, and my body doesn't like it. But again, in the book, what we spoke about before, this gentleman who wrote the book takes you into a bar, doesn't he, Jenny? And he gets you pissed. But he makes you, it's all about awareness. It's about the spirit isn't pissed. It's the body that's absorbed. And that's the thing. It's about observing, not absorbing, if that makes sense. People, yes, you don't gel with someone anymore. You don't have moved on. Absolutely. You do. Everyone evolves. We take people away. Again, there's no such thing as levels, and no one is better than anyone, especially without working on an ego, that no one is better than anyone else. Yeah, I don't care who you are. I'm not better than you, and you're not better than me, because we're all on this journey together. I understand that people look at success and obviously think they're rich and things like that. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. It's simple as that. And I'll always send that beautiful love and light. And people are on their journeys, fucking brilliant. If people are on journeys and they're really, really successful, then fucking, do you know what? Embrace it and congratulate them, because you don't know if they've been on a spiritual path and they've been manifesting like fuck. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what I think. Very pissed. Absolutely. Absolutely love being fucking very pissed. Yeah? So again, there's certain things that the biggest one is fear. Yeah? Because a lot of people fear spirituality. You only have to say to someone, "Oh, I'm spiritual," and they're just like, all right, see that, all right, bye," and they're off. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a question now, okay? And I'm just going to ask your honest opinions. If you hear the word spiritual, what does it actually mean to you? Just remember, there's no right or wrong answer, and there's no judgment here. Yeah, because everyone on this feed, yeah, is kind. Yeah, I just want to know what you think. I haven't got the answer for you. I'm just interested in your opinions. Yeah. So tell me what you think. And while I'm waiting, I'll just play with my son. Senses. Okay, perfect. Love it. Okay. Can you elaborate on that for me, Kim, with your senses? Anyone else that feels obviously that obviously we're gifted and talented to communicate with another world? Perfect. Love that. Absolute peace with yourself and the universe. Yeah. Crystals, senses. Perfect, Dana. Thank you. Conversation, I feel I can just be without having to hide part of me. Perfect. Spiritual means embracing all. Okay. Self-aware. Feel energies. Yeah, absolutely. And I love these because of connection, happiness, and love. Thanks, Andy. Love this. Absolutely love how you're interacting. Okay. But the one thing is that a lot of people, people ask me and they say, "What is it?" And I say, to me, it means what's inside, what you feel is what you make sense. Thank you, Lisa. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love these comments. Sometimes when we talk about being spiritual, a lot of people, intuition, love it. But also there's awareness, isn't there? And that's the biggest thing. And feel a bad and good energy. Absolutely. Because no matter what, within it all, yeah, is the key word. Being in the know that there's more than meets the eye. Perfect. Also to be at one with the universe. Okay. Love, meditation, peace, calm, enhance, sense, crystal, synchronicity. These are all parts of what you're talking about in the spiritual field. Okay. And I love that. I think it's fucking brilliant, right? So, well-being. Ooh, I like that word. Absolutely. So, where was I going with this? It's okay, thank you. Okay. It's all about awareness, but that's your awareness. That's you being in tune, yeah? You feel that your intuition is actually more of a gift, not a develop. Absolutely. It's a gift, not a curse. Absolutely. Awareness is massive, yeah? If you can bring your awareness to yourself, yeah, to people around you, to the earth, to absolutely everything, and bringing your awareness, that's the key. Yeah, it's about, learning to let go of what was and embrace what is now. Now, notice I was saying now, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised. That's why today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Yeah? So, it really is all about awareness, and it doesn't matter if other people in their spirit, when you say spiritual, people think it's all about God and other religions. And in essence, it is. But the one thing is that we are, being spiritual is all, about embracing the higher self, the higher you, if that makes sense. Your being, the being of one. And I understand, obviously, there are wonderful, wonderful religions out there that all do what they do. And I would never judge that because that's what their belief is. And do you know what I mean? And everyone is in it and is in a massive, you know what I mean? Everyone knows what they want because it's all about a belief, isn't it? Yeah. But the one thing is, like you say, when you go outside, I know it's fucking cold at the moment, and you stand and you look up at the stars, there's just something that touches your soul that thinks there's something more. There's just something more than you can imagine. Because you are a spirit having a human experience, and you're only renting this vehicle, this body, for a certain time. And that's the thing about it with spirituality. It's about empowering others. It's about helping others kindly, effectively. Yeah. Being non-judgmental. Yeah. And when we help other people, it feels good. Yeah. But also, I just wanted to bring into the part where is you also have to embrace your dark side. Okay. Because this is where it has got you to. Yeah. Hi, Victoria Daniels. You're right, darling. So yeah, so you're always bringing yourself, working with your dark. Now, sometimes people possibly perceive that I am a love and light guy and a spiritual guy and helps and everything, and I am, no nothing. But sometimes I lose my shit. Now, there are only two people on this earth plane that can make me lose my shit, and they're my kids. Honestly, and I fucking hate it. I really do. But kids are kids, and obviously the teacher, and they're also the teachers, and I become the pupil. Citrine is good for fit, absolutely. Thank you, Heather. So the one thing is that I don't mean a completely fucking bombastic. I mean, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Because I've also got to remember that on this earth plane, right? On this earth plane, that I'm a dad, yeah, and I'm a human. Yeah, even though I'm a spiritual being, we're all having experiences, but it's how fast you bring yourself. This is the spiritual part of you, of how fast you bring your awareness from that anger. If you hold on to it, then that's where you have to work with it. Yeah, because if you continue to stay stroppy, moody, or even angry, then the one thing is, then you do learn to work with that shadow self. I understand. I bollock my children. I step away, and that's done. And I completely forget about it. I let it go because the message has been done. Yeah. And I like to say, hi, Joanne Foster. You're right. Gorgeous. Oh my God, she's on. Finally. Finally, she's fucking on. Joe Foster's. How are you, sweetheart? I need to talk to you. But that, do you know what I mean? It's, I'm at, yeah, we need to talk. We need to talk. The lady that's come on at the moment is called beautiful Joanne Foster, and she's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Now, I'm not going to ask you to inbox her or anything like that, and I know you're on, but obviously at the moment, Jojo is on a very, very private journey at this moment in time. I can't obviously extenuate more, but the only thing I'm going to say is this beautiful lady helped me. Okay, she helped me on my journey. Okay, she was a pivotal point in where I was supposed to go and what I was supposed to learn. And she's an amazing friend. Jo does past life regression. Okay, but not at the moment. She's not doing it at this moment in time. So I understand obviously that people are maybe interested in doing past life. And when she's ready, she's going to let me know. But at this moment in time, she's not. But let me tell you this, as a past life regressionist, for me, she's the best in the field. Absolutely the best in the field. And do you know what I mean? I've seen some past life regressionists. I've seen them work, and let me tell you this: if she took me where I went, yeah, absolutely. But remember that name, Joanne Foster, my beautiful spiritual sister. Yeah, who I will always, forever be in debt, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am now. Okay. So anyway, where are we up to? Where are we up to? Fucking hell, I completely forgot because obviously I got sidetracked. Where were we up to? Tell me where I was up to because I completely forgot. Yes, I know hematite's on there. Good one for keeping together, absolutely. And obviously we've got Heather on who deals with crystals, so that's perfect. So we've got quite a good array at this moment in time. So, oh, love you too. We need to catch up. I'll ring you. Children. Oh yeah, thank you. So again, kids. So again, it's about bringing yourself of your awareness from that anger, from that shadow self. And then obviously if you've got the point of what you want to say, and then you can calm yourself down and then continue like nothing's happened, but the children get the message and jobs are good, because you're all about making change. Yeah. But again, sometimes if you know, for me, I always ask myself, because my children hate when I lose my temper or I shout, because that's not who I want to be, and they know that. But sometimes they just want the dad also. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I don't know, knows dad shout and stuff like that. But you know, it's one of those things. So, what else were we going to talk about? So we're talking about, obviously, from where we were. Need to jump off as kids need something. Thank you again. Perfect. Thanks, Jenny. Thank you for being on here. Sorry, guys, I need to speak to you tomorrow. Okay, that's perfectly fine. What time are we on, by the way? Sorry. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Sorry. There's me losing all that lot. Okay. So, fucking hell. It's like the sound of my own voice. Okay. I'm so glad, obviously, that, you know, that people have joined. And is there anything else? Is there anything that anyone wants to ask? Is there anything that anyone, because obviously it just seems that, you know, anything, fucking hell, I think it's a water, I'm sorry. Don't forget to embrace your dark and your light, always, because it's about bringing balance. That's the most important thing. And I've just seen the chakras in the background. So obviously that's what's just reminding me of doing this. Remind yourself of who you are. Keep it real. Yeah, keep yourself real. Okay, evolve as much as you can, but always keeping yourself real, and that's the most important thing. And then you can go off and enjoy loads of different things as well. Been a fabulous insight. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Gary. Feeling very good energy. It's helped me a lot. Perfect. Thanks, Dana. I have no idea why you were on. I just spotted when I opened it, so I thought I'd pop in. Actually, I just jumped on. I don't know, because I just wanted to talk about the spiritual badass stuff and things like that, but it's kind of like gone in and out. I need to hear that. Remind yourself of who you are. It's perfect. Absolutely. That's what I love about it. So I just thought I'd come on and just talk. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I just came on to do for an hour or so, or an hour. But yeah, because you know there was a live that I did one time, and no disrespect, but there are people who obviously we're all born differently, aren't you? Yeah, it was supposed to be last night, Kim. I'm sorry, but I changed it to today. And when sadly, when I use expletives, people say that they don't like it. And the one thing is, I completely understand that, but I'm at my part of my journey, and other people are on their part of the journey. So our Gary's just making sure we know he's still with us. So again, it's just a case of, if people don't like who I am, then please don't connect with me. And if you don't like what I'm about, then please don't connect with me. I don't force anyone to come on the live. I don't force anyone. People choose to join. But I love it because I've got so many people, amazing people like yourselves around me that understand it and get it. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I fail too, but it's about how you stop, pull yourself back in, and then move forward. And that's what it's all about more than anything. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying when we talk about the monkey. Also remind me of the monkey. Always remember who you are. Absolutely. I think that was Lisa. I think that was he called Rafiki or something like that? And that's what I'm saying. Remember who you are. And it's a good film, that, isn't it? Because obviously saying always be true to yourself. Always know who you are. Don't try to be someone you're not. Because the one thing is people pick up on it. People always pick up on it. And again, a lot of people that I work with, accept me for who I am, but obviously no, because I will never blow smoke up people's asses, and I will never tell you a lie. Okay, I will always tell you the truth. I don't tell people that they're amazing because I feel that it's just what they want to hear. Me personally saying it is because I believe it. Energy is energy. We talked about it before. What you think, you attract. Yeah. So the one thing is, if a thought comes in, I'm going to say it. Yeah. Again, if it was ever anything derogatory, I would do it constructively, because I'm not here to personally assassinate anyone, and I'm sure you guys are not here to personally assassinate anyone else. But again, it's all about getting in the energy fields and working with those beautiful chakras. Right? Oh, I can't even keep a fucking straight line. But again, have fun. That's the most thing about being in a spiritual life. Having fun, reminding yourself to have fun. Some people want to lose the reality of what's going on in this world. I don't watch TV. It's something that I choose not to do. But again, because I feel that it's full of subliminal negative energy with messages. Again, that's my belief. I don't portray that on anyone. I don't tell people to stop watching the telly, because some people only have that for comfort, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, but it's just something. I listen to music, and then I like to dance, and I like to do the things that I do, all kind of fucking spiritual weirdo kind of thing. And I think it's ace. But the one thing is, it's about, again, I'll always be true to me. If I change and evolve in the future and I don't swear anymore, then great. And if I continue to swear, then I'm always possibly reminding myself that who I was, because it's never to forget those roots more than anything. Yes, one of my favourite sayings and films, which is, obviously when we're talking about The Lion King, there's so many great, do you know what? Disney films, I love things like Pocahontas and Moana. When I've actually seen them, like, they were years ago. But I love those films, do you know what I mean? Because they're very, very spiritual, and they've got great messages. And there are amazing films out there. I understand it. Don't get me wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I went to the pictures the other night. Do you know what I mean? But that was only because obviously it was an Oasis thing. But obviously that's part of me. Do you know what I mean? And I'm always reminding myself of who I am, of how I was, but not my actions now, if that makes sense. Yeah. So again, when in my Oasis days, I was a bit of a dick. Yeah. Fucking hell, I'm glad they split up in 2009, I'm telling you. Because when they split up, I came spiritual. How weird's that? Not. But that's what I'm saying, yeah. But it's always a reminder, because they were great times, great band, loads and loads of energy behind them, two brothers, absolutely fantastic. But I always love them because I'll always remind myself of who I'm not anymore and who I am now, but always embracing that. You know what I mean? That's who we are, isn't it? That's who we are. Absolutely. And then obviously we started to embrace the spiritual journey and then the healing journey. And again, it's beautiful because obviously so many people that come online are obviously, healers, psychics, therapy. Absolutely. And it's just amazing to have you all on here and just listening to me, just fucking waffle on because no one wants to come on. Our TV broke for over a week, 2 weeks ago. What a revelation. No crap news, nothing to worry about. I love that, Kim. I absolutely fucking love that. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The TV's not on. If we all stand the same, the world would be a boring place. Quite right, Lisa. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. If we were all the same, it would be boring. But that's what I'm saying. Everyone's in their own belief system, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? But again, Kim, if the telly were on, do you know what I mean? That's it. It's just one of those things. No negative, but again, listening to music and doing the things. Yeah. People, if people think we all stay the same, we were. Absolutely. If, let's say, I enjoy my spiritual life, but I also like my physical life as well, because I've got both. So I've got a yin and a yang. Yeah, that's the most important thing that you have to remind yourself of. More than anything, I think. It's been really lovely, obviously, talking to you all tonight. And I'm in here doing this, and my wife's building a set of drawers. She's doing Caitlin's drawers. Oh, obviously she's built, and I'm in here just like chatting away because this is what I love doing. The best conversation ever. Obviously, I wish it was two ways. Obviously, we were talking, but the best conversation is when it goes really, really deep, and I mean really, really deep, where you can just sit there for hours and it just goes on. But obviously, it's nice to have a two-way thing instead of a computer screen, or a phone screen, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to start thinking about just start to do some meetings about where everyone can join. And I understand obviously what's gone on in the past years and stuff like that, but I don't want anything spoke about that way. I just want to talk about spiritual things, whether it be crystals for one, incense, candles, I don't know, Buddha, Hinduism, Buddhism, saging, yeah, grounding, attuning, protecting, Reiki, reflexology, acupuncture, absolutely anything, because those deep, deep conversations go, and then we all share the same. And I say, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Manifestation, law of attraction, yeah, absolutely everything. I would love just to have where we could all just get together and just, and that's the most amazing thing. I'm at the beginning of a spiritual journey learning reflexology. I love my crystals and holistic sides of massage therapy. I'm so excited and loving it. And that's a great thing, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. And you are, obviously, because I know Lisa, and she's doing fucking brilliant. And that's a wonderful thing. But it's also because she took a leap of faith and started to believe in it. And it's about encouraging other people to do this and take it on board. Not to go, oh, fucking hell, you're a threat, or you're this, or you're that. Do you know what I mean? Because she's learning reflexology, but I do reflexology, but should that mean that I shouldn't support her? Or should that mean, obviously, I start to get an ego and say, no, I shouldn't support her because she'll take business away from me? You see, that's the thing about the ego. It's about letting it go. It's about supporting everyone because, there's people that come to me that may go to, and other people that go to other people, other healers. But that's energy. That's attraction. That's the law of attraction. And that's the massive thing about it. When you don't have an ego and you support and encourage others, that's what we do. That is really, in essence, the love and the light. Yeah. Really interested in acupuncture, best pain relief apart from Reiki for 3 ruptured discs. Well, acupuncture, best pain relief apart from Reiki. Yeah, I get that. I completely understand it. And everyone tries different things. Some people come for Reiki for obviously pain. Some people go for acupuncture. Some people go for massage. It's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant because people are starting to learn to heal themselves, starting to take themselves first, understanding them first about what they're going through. I need to go. Thank you for a lovely talk and energy. Good night. Thanks, Dana. Thank you. And I also say goodbye to our Maxi for us as well. Yeah. So, So I'm thinking about setting something up so we could all get together and we can just all have a good chit chat and a bit of a brew. There'll be Prosecco on because obviously not everyone's give up fucking drinking. But if you're up for that, please let me know. And I'll from that, I'm going to let you go because I think we spoke quite a lot. So night to you all. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll speak to you all soon. I think it's time to go. So namaste and sending my love, yeah, from my heart to your heart chakra. Thank you, Lisa. It sounds amazing. I wanted to be. Oh, sorry, I don't know. I want to be a nurse, scared of blood, so wanted to do something else to help with them. Brilliant. Thank you, Lisa. Good night, like I say, sending that. And I hope you all have an amazing sleep. And please dream and embrace your beautiful angels and the messages that you get tonight. Okay. Thanks. Absolutely. And I'll definitely be doing that. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. Namaste.